They go to Sunday school, and Mandy and me attend church regularly. We are kindly treated. Sometimes we overhear others saying them colored people were slaves down in Tennessee. The children feel hurt when they hear such remarks, but I tell them it was no disgrace in Tennessee to belong to Colonel Anderson. Many darkies would have been proud, as I used to be, to call you master. Now, if you will write and say what wages you will give me, I will better be able to decide whether it would be to my advantage to move back again. As to my freedom, which you say I can have, there is nothing to be gained on that score, as I got my free papers in 1864 from the Provost Marshal General of the Department of Nashville. Mandy says she would be afraid to go back without some proof that you were disposed to treat us justly and kindly, and we have concluded to test your sincerity by asking you to send us our wages for the time we served you. This will make us forget and forgive old scores and rely on your justice and friendship in the future. I served you faithfully for 32 years, and Mandy, 20 years, at $25 a month for me, and $2 a week for Mandy. Our earnings would amount to $11,680. Add to this the interest for the time our wages have been kept back, and deduct what you paid for our clothing and 3 doctor's visits to me, and pulling a tooth for Mandy, and the balance will show that we are in justice entitled to. Please send the money by Adams Express, in care of V. Winters, Esquire, Dayton, Ohio. If you fail to pay us for faithful labors in the past, we can have little faith in your promises in the future. We trust the good Maker has opened your eyes to the wrongs which you and your fathers have done to me and my fathers in making us toil for you for generations without recompense. Here I draw my wages every Saturday night. But in Tennessee, there was never any payday for the Negroes any more than for the horses and cows. Surely there will be a day of reckoning for those who defraud the laborer of his hire. In answering this letter, please state if there would be any safety for my Millie and Jane, who are now grown up and both good-looking girls. You know how it was with poor Matilda and Catherine. I would rather stay here and starve, and die if it come to that, than have my girls brought to shame by the violence and wickedness of their young masters. You will also please state if there has been any schools open for the colored children in your neighborhood. The great desire of my life now is to give my children an education and have them form virtuous habits. Say howdy to George Carter, and thank him for taking the pistol from you when you were shooting at me. From your old servant, Jordan Anderson. Thanks to the efforts of abolitionist Valentine Winters, Jordan Anderson's letter was reprinted in the Cincinnati Commercial, the New York Daily Tribune, and Lydia Maria Child's The Freedman's Book, and became something of a national sensation. Rightly so. It is at once satirical and serious, compassionate and candid, vulnerable and shrewd, personal and prophetic. Indeed, it is difficult to read this letter without being led in the span of but a few sentences to both laughter and tears. But perhaps the most important aspect of this letter is the light it sheds on what is, at heart, its essential theme: reparations. Jordan Anderson's letter was, fundamentally, a call for his former master, one who had long benefited from Anderson's unrequited labor, to begin the work of repair. This book is a long overdue response to Jordan Anderson's letter, a response that seeks to engage seriously with his essential theme. Convictions. Our response is framed by 7 core convictions that we believe are foundational to a constructive engagement with the work of reparations. The first regards the nature of racism.